All right, January 8th, Miami Hurricanes, Ole Miss Rebels. Wanted to hit a few points on this game prior to it kicking off on Thursday, 6:30 Eastern. No, excuse me, 7:30 Eastern time, 6:30 Central on ESPN. Miami being a 3.5 point favorite according to Vegas here. So both teams, there's a contrast of styles here. Miami wants to slow it down, pound you, kind of grind it out type of game. Ole Miss, they're gonna, they got pace. It's like a fast break offense in basketball. They're gonna get the ball and they're gonna go. They run a play, they're gonna get to the line, check, boom, which allows Miami to not be able to substitute. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. But a few points on both sides here to hit on really quick. From the Miami side, do what's gotten you here. Mark Fletcher has been the best player with yards per game from scrimmage throughout these college football playoffs at 143. Now, on the Ole Miss side, Keywan Lacey, 102 yards, so not as productive, but still over 100 yards. You factor in some other things there because Ole Miss is, pretty potent passing attack too. So two really good backs on both sides. Which team can control it, the way they want to? Miami will want to limit possessions for Ole Miss, and Ole Miss will want to run as many plays, even still while running the football with Keywan Lacey, to tire out this defensive line, which is one of the better units in the country of Miami. And to that point, keep the pressure on the quarterback if you're Miami's defensive line. It's helped you to this point through the first two rounds. You've had 5+ sacks in both games. So are you going to be able to generate pressure on? Georgia was not able to get to Trinidad Chambliss last week. He settled into the game. And he's, 38 yards short of pass for 400 yards. So if they're not able to get pressure on Trinidad Chambliss, that's going to be an issue for this Miami defense, especially with the amount of plays they run. On the Ole Miss side of the ball, you still have your offensive coordinator. So there's not a lot missing in terms of what you've done offensively all year. Obviously, Lane Kiffin left, but Charlie Weiss is still calling the plays. He was calling plays all throughout the year. So there's not going to be a lot of drop-off. I think some things, the way, you hear a lot of these, narratives about him leaving and all this different stuff. The same offense is being run, the same play callers, so not a lot there. Only situationally, what is Pete Golding going to do as opposed to what Lane Kiffin would have been doing, the last few years while he was the head coach. So that's really the main difference there. Mario Cristobal, for a lot of years was being criticized about, situational calls. Will we see one of those situations where he has to make a decision late in this game or maybe even early in this game? And how has that improved over the years? So that's something I would definitely be looking at. And another point for Miami, you brought in Carson Beck. This is a guy that's been in huge games, national championship games. You bring him to Miami to help you lead this team to this point. When you have situations that are 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, whatever the case may be, the downs you're not comfortable with running it in, put the ball in your quarterback's hand, trust him to make the play. That's what you brought him here. That's what you're paying him all these millions of dollars to do. So lean on your quarterback to be able to get the job done there.